Hello my dear students. Today we are going to present the final revision and I want you to solve the questions and the problems, write the units for the problems in right way and write the chemical equation in right symbolic balanced equation and mention the rules for writing the structure formula. So let us start our revision. The first type of question is choose the correct answer. Ethylene glycol can be obtained from the reaction of ethene with what? Potassium permanganate solution in alkaline medium, or hydrogen peroxide, or ammonium cyanate, or A and B. If you think about the answer, yes, it will be A and B. Next point, 0.001 molar solution of hydrochloric acid has pH equals 3, 1, 0, 11. Yes, the answer will be 3. Next question. On adding iron 3 chloride solution to phenolic water, the color formed is what? Is it green, orange, violet, red? Yes, the answer will be violet. Next question. The only alkene which produces primary alcohol by hydration is what? Propene, ethene, butane, pentene. Yes, the answer will be ethene. Next one. The hydration of propene produces what kind of alcohol? Is it monohydric primary, monohydric secondary, dihydric secondary? Yes, the answer will be monohydric secondary. Next question. The number of hydrogen atoms in alkane molecule, which consists of 14 atoms, is what number of atoms? Is it 5, 10, 7, 8? Yes, it will be 10. Phenolphthalein turns red in the hydrolysis of what kind of salts? Is it ammonium chloride, sodium chloride, sodium carbonate, or ammonium carbonate? If you think about the answer, yes, it will be sodium carbonate as it is basic solution. Next one. When equal volumes of 0.5 molar HCl and 0.5 molar ammonium hydroxide are mixed, the resulting solution is what? Neutral, acidic, basic, none of them. Yes, the answer will be acidic. Next one. The number of carbon atoms in alkene having 12 hydrogen atom is what? Is it 14, 6, 7, 5? If you think about the answer, yes, it will be 6. Next point. Hydrogen exponent has pH for sodium acetate equal less than 7, more than 7, equal 7, or equal 3. Yes, the answer it will be more than 7. Next point. The solution which contains the greatest number of moles of solute is what? 0.5 liter of 0.5 molar, 0.5 liter of 2 molar, 2 liter of 0.5 molar, or 2 liter of 2 molar. Yes, the answer it will be 2 liter of 2 molar. Next point. The scientist who discovered the structure formula of benzene is what? Bayer, Priscillus, Kickel, Davy. Yes, the answer it will be Kickel. Next type of question. Write the scientific expression for maximum pressure of water vapor at certain temperature. Yes, the answer it will be saturated water vapor pressure. Next point. Systems that store electric energy in form of chemical energy on need. Yes, the answer it will be galvanic cell. A substance that changes the rate of chemical reaction without itself being changed. Yes, the answer it will be catalyst. Next point. Amount of electricity needed to precipitate 1.118 milligram of silver. Yes, it will be ampere. Next type of question, my dear students. In the balanced reaction, FeCl3 plus 3NH4 SCN gives FeSCN3 plus 3NH4Cl. What is the effect of the following to the color of the medium? Addition more iron 3 chloride. Yes, the answer to blood color of the iron 3 cyclosinate will be increased. addition more ammonium chloride, the blood color of iron 3 thiocyanate will decrease. The problem here, my dear student, what is the ionization percentage of 0.1 molar acetic acid given that its ionization constant equal 1.8 times 10 power negative 5? Solution. As we know that Ostwald law Ka equals alpha squared times C. So 1.8 times 10 power negative 5 equal alpha squared times 0.1. So alpha squared equal 18 times 10 power negative 5. So alpha equals 0.013. So the percentage of ionization equals 0.013 times 100 equal 1.3%. Next type of question. What is the role of indicators in the reaction? It is identify the end point of the reaction. Salt bridge in galvanic cell. Neutralize the excess ions between the two half cells and join between them without direct contact and close the electric circuit. Sulfuric acid in car battery. It is an electrolyte. Sulfuric acid in catalytic hydration of ethene. It provides hydrogen ion enough to break the pi bond. Next type of question. Show by balanced chemical equation how can you obtain butyric acid from ethine. Here, on trimerization of ethine in red head nickel tube, it gives benzene. Then, benzene reacts with chlorine in the indirect sunlight. In the presence of iron 3 chloride, it gives chlorobenzene and hydrogen chloride. Then, chlorobenzene on alkaline hydrolysis by sodium hydroxide at 300 degrees Celsius and 300 atmospheric pressure, it gives phenol and sodium chloride. Then, phenol on nitration reacts with conc nitric acid in the presence of conc sulfuric acid, giving 2,4,6-trinitrophenol, which is butyric acid, and 3 molecules of water are produced. Ethyl chloride from acetic acid. Here, on reduction of acetic acid in the presence of copper chromate at 200 degrees Celsius, it gives ethanol and water is produced. Then ethanol reacts with hydrogen chloride in the presence of zinc chloride, it gives ethyl chloride and water is produced. Next point, ethylene from sodium ethoxide. Here, sodium ethoxide reacts with water hydrolyzed, giving ethanol and sodium chloride. Then ethanol on concentrated sulfuric acid at 180 degrees, dehydration occurs and ethylene is formed and water is produced. Next question, how can you differentiate between 2-propanol and 2-methyl-2-propanol? Here's the experiment. Add acidified potassium permanganate to both of them. If violet color is remained, so it will be 2-methyl-2-propanol. But if the violet color is removed, so it will be 2-propanol. Next type of question, show by equation only the products of the hydrolysis of the following two salts in water: sodium acetate and ammonium chloride. Then determine its pH, is it greater or less than 7? The sodium acetate, as the equation proceeds on the screen, it gives weak acid, acetic acid, and sodium ion and hydroxide ion. So pH is more than 7, so it is alkaline. And ammonium chloride, as the equation proceeds on the screen, it gives hydrogen ion, chloride ion, and ammonium hydroxide. So pH is less than 7. Next type of question, write the name of the following compounds according to the IUPAC system. As shown on the screen here, we are going to number the benzene ring, so it will be 4-bromo, 1-chloro, 2-nitrobenzene. As shown on the screen, here this tertiary alcohol, it will be 2-methyl-2-propanol. As shown on the screen, here this molecule has name 2,5-diphenylhexane. As shown on the screen, this molecule has name 5-chloro-2-pentene. Remember, my dear student, the carbon chain started from numbering from nearest to double bond. Next compound here, as shown on the screen, the naming of this acid will be 2-bromopentanoic acid. Now, my dear students, Mr. Ala and Mr. Muhammad is going to complete their revision for you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adel. It's nice to see you, my dear students, and to complete our program. My lover, you must complete the program and take care from each part of the question. I need a full mark, you know, and you need it also. Take care and concentrate to catch it. Now, what about to see this question? Give reason for each of the following. As a beginning, 1-bromopropane is not formed on adding hydrobromic acid to propene. Ask yourself, what is the answer directly? We can say because H positive is added to carbon atom. This attached to more hydrogen and bromine. Take care, Br negative is added to the carbon atom attached to less hydrogen. We have an equation. This equation will be CH3 bond, CH double bond, CH2 plus HBr. So the answer directly as CH3, CHBr, CH3. Good and wonderful. The other question, phenol has a more acidic properties than alcohols. Oh, good question. We know the answer directly when I say due to the exciting of the benzene ring, you know, which attached to electron from the oxygen, which facilitate the hydrogen removing from what? From hydroxyl group. Good and easy. Other question, during petroleum refining, thermal catalytic cracking take place. Why we have thermal here? Thermal, directly we say thermal cracking here used to convert less useful long chain into two short chains. This only? No. One saturated alkane used to fluff. Yes, word. Need what? Need of the fuel. And the other short chain is alkene, is used in polymerization. Easy and wonderful. The other question when I say the rate of the reaction increase by increasing temperature. Increase with temperature. Do you know why? Sure, as the temperature increase, the kinetic energy of the molecule increase. In the same time, the rate of collision between molecules also increase. Not all, but we have the rate of breaking bonds increase also, and the rate of the chemical reaction now increase. Important question. The other one, when I say, how can you determine the concentration of NaOH solution by using 0.1 millimeter MHCl acid? Oh, how can you do that? We can say you put about 25 milliliter of sodium hydroxide into a conical flask that is using pipette, then add 2 drops from the phenol, yes, phenolphthalein, you remember? So the color directly will be red. Important to know that. Now, you can say adding hydrochloric acid from purette until this color of solution turn into what? Colorless. We know that. Not all. We have observation now. This observation tell me the volume of the added hydrochloric acid at the end point. You remember end point here about 21 milliliter. We have calculation steps. This calculation, number 1, get the number of the mole of HCl. You remember? Yes, I know. Concentration by volume. This volume by what? By liter. In the same time, you can say 0.1 by 21 divided 1000. What is the answer now? 2.1 by 10 power negative 3 mole. Easy and important. In the same time, from this reaction equation, look, HCl, good, plus NaOH. Directly we have NaCl plus water, H2O. You can catch something as 1 mole of HCl reacts with 1 mole of NaOH. What you have now? We can say 2.1 by 10 power negative 3 moles of HCl reacts also with 2.1 by 10 power negative 3 moles of NaOH. Good. What do you need now? We can say since the volume of NaOH equal what? 25 milliliter. You have 25 by 10 power negative 3 liter. Good and great. You can say after that concentration of NaOH will be number of mole per volume in liter. Take care. This is the law. What is the number? 2.1 by 10 power negative 3 divided 25 by 10 power negative 3. So the answer 0.084 moles per liter or M. So capital M, it means here mole per liter. What about to get this question? Write scientific term. You know it. Take care for them this word. A substance that causes a change in the rate of the chemical reaction without itself being changed or without affecting the equilibrium position. It's easy. Good answer. Catalyst. It's very important to know that. The other question, quantity of electricity required to precipitate 1.118 milligram of silver. You remember this? I think all students know it. Yes, it's good to say 1 coulomb. Good question. When I say molecules that have kinetic energy that equal or exceed the activation energy. Activation. This question tell me it's a activated molecule. Molecule activation, activated molecule. The answer in question. The other one, the volume of the gases involved in the reaction and the gases produced exist in the fixed ratio. Do you think what this means? It's easy to say law of Gay and Lussac. Other question, they are galvanic cells characterized by reversible reaction. Good. And store the electric energy as chemical energy. Do you think what this type which reversible? Directly we can say secondary cells. Good question. The masses of the different materials formed or consumed by the same amount of electricity are proportional to their equivalent masses. This question tell you about what? Good, my lover, Faraday. It's Faraday's law. You remember? Good question and good answer. The change of concentration of reactants per unit time. Good. What you have? Yes, the rate of chemical reaction. This question, catch it well. Equal volume of the gases under the same condition of pressure and the temperature. Remember, contain equal number of molecules. What is the answer? It's good. Avogadro's law. Good question. Now, the negative logarithmatic of the hydrogen ion concentration. What this mean? Sure, we can say pH value. Good question. My lover, what about the electric cells? Electric cells in which energy from the external source is used to make what? Non-spontaneous oxidation reduction to occur. What say? We can say electrolytic cell. Now, what about to complete this revision with Mr. Muhammad? Let's go and see.
Dear friends, We have many types of question now. We have another part of our revision for tomorrow for your exam to get high marks. Let's go to complete our revision. Now we have another type of question. It's a very important one. To know this one, you must study it very well. We have compared between examples of strong acid and weak acid. It's very easy one. We have here the table, and the first part or first cell we have strong acids like HCl, H2SO4 and HNO3. They are very, very strong acids. So the second one, we have weak acids, H2CO3 carbonic acid, and we have H2SO3. We have this acid, and we have CH3COOH. Any organic acid, it's what? It is a type of weak acid. Don't forget this. So we have another part or another one of this comparison. Examples of strong alkalis and weak alkalis. So we have the table like this, and we have the strong one, strong alkali here, and we have this one NaOH, KOH, LiOH. Any one of the group 1 of the periodic table, it's called alkali. So we have sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, lithium hydroxide, rubidium, cesium hydroxide. Any one of them, it's called strong alkali. But we have weak alkali, NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide. And we have another one, iron hydroxide 3. And we have CuOH by 2. It's what? It's copper hydroxide. So here this is what? This is any element or any metal except alkalis. It's called weak alkali. Another type of question, we have choose the correct answer from the following to complete the phrases. When one Faraday is passed through an electrolyte, this will lead to dissolution or evolution or deposition of space from the substance at any electrode. Which one of them? Here we have a gram of atomic mass. Second one, or letter B, we have gram of equivalent mass, or Avogadro's number mass, or half gram of equivalent mass. It's very, very clear to us. It's what? It is gram equivalent mass. Excellent. We have what? We have this Faraday's law. Number 2, dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroethane is a chemical name of the space compound. Which one of these compounds? Teflon, or gamexane, or DDT, or what? Or aspirin. Aspirin, it's not one. This is not aspirin. Because we have dichloro, diphenyl, trichloro, it is very, very clear to us it is DDT. So here we have what? We have this one, DDT, from its name. So we have another one of these questions here. When hydrobromic acid react with bromine, so space is produced. Number 1, we have brobyl bromide, or 1,2-dibromobromine, or we have letter C, 2-bromobropane, or letter D, 1-bromobropane. Which one of them? It is very clear for us here, because we have here, this is the reaction between them, or between two compounds here, that 2-bromobropane here. When water dropped on calcium carbide, space gas is produced. Which one? Methane gas, or ethane, or ethene, or ethane. Which one is right? It's right. We have ethane gas. Excellent. And we have another one of this choice. The number of hydrogen atoms in the alkane molecule, which consists of 4 carbon atoms, is how many atoms? So here 5, or 10, or 7, or 8. So here the number of hydrogen atoms in the alkane molecule, which consists 4. So we have 4 plus 4. So this 4 times 2 plus 2. So here this is 4 times 2 equal what? Equal 8 plus 2 equal 10. Excellent. So here this is the number of atoms of hydrogen that found in this molecule, which consists of 4 carbon atoms. Another one, we have blue litmus paper turns red. Blue litmus paper turns red in hydrolysis of space salt. Which one? Here we have the acid. Here we have acidity salt. So we have this one, ammonium acetate, or letter B, ammonium chloride, or sodium carbonate, or ammonium carbonate. Which one of them that makes what? That makes hydrolysis of space salt here to make red color? It is ammonium chloride. Excellent. Why? Because the radical of chloride comes out from strong acid. So ammonium, it comes out from what? From weak base. But the chloride here, it is the strongest one, more than acetate, more than carbonate, more than bicarbonate. So here, another one of these questions here, we have methane react with chlorine in direct sunlight, DLS or DSL. So here, this is what this is, and the hydrogen chloride is produced. Methyl chloride, dichloromethane, or carbon or tetrachloromethane. It's very easy to know this. We have carbon atoms that, or carbon molecules that produced by this one. We have another question here. Write the symbolic equation and state of the conditions of the reaction. Here, this reaction, benzamide from toluene. I need to prepare benzamide from toluene. What will happen? Number one, we have toluene. The last one is the begin one, or the starting part of this equation. Benzene ring, CH3, this is toluene. In the presence of 3O2, give us what? In the presence of V2O5, vanadium pentoxide, in the 400 degrees. So it changed into what? 2 moles of benzoic acid and 2 H2O. So here this one, another one, we have benzoic acid and ethanol. We have what? We have the reaction between them, ethyl benzoate. So this is ester from what? From the benzoic acid and ethanol. So we have this reaction. It made by 2 steps. So here we have the ethyl benzoate and the ammonia. So I need benzamide. Don't forget this. So we have ammonia here to produce the benzamide. In the last part of this reaction, we have benzamide here plus C6H5CO NH2 and C2H5OH. So the benzamide here is produced from toluene by the 3 steps of these reactions. So another one, we have give reason for the following. Number one, we have polynitro-organic compounds are very explosive substances. Why? Because what? Because the polynitro-organic compounds contain their own fuel, which is carbon beside oxygen, which is oxidizing agent. So this one, it makes what? It makes explosion. So these compounds burn rapidly, very fast, and a great amount of heat, and gases are produced accompanied by explosions. Another one of these give reasons. No free hydrogen atom or proton is present in the aqueous solution of ionized atom. Why? Because here, because this one, the hydrogen ion is attracted to lone pair. Lone pair, it means two electrons that found free. Lone pair of electrons on the oxygen atom of water molecule and connected to the water molecule by what? By coordinate bond. After that, we have alkalines are very active compounds. Alkyne is very active compounds due to the bond between them. Here we have because the understand or unsaturated open chain hydrocarbon contains at least triple bond. We have 2 pi bond and 1 sigma bond, because here, so triple bond is the strongest sigma bond, while the other one is 2 pi bond. They are very weak one to make the breaking and substitution reaction. After that, we have another one of give reason. The saturated monocarboxylic aliphatic acid are named fatty acid. Why? Its fats comes out from fats, because many of them it's present in fats in form of esters with glycerol. After that, we have using of mixture of fluoride, salt of aluminum, sodium and calcium instead of kaolite containing little amount of fluorspar, and what's in the extraction of aluminum from bauxite. Why? Because what? Because this mixture give with bauxite a melt which is concentrated by what? By a low melting point and what? And the lower density compared to the melt obtained from what? From cariolite. My dear friends, I hope to enjoy your time with us in whole session about chemistry. I hope to answer your questions tomorrow in your exam in a right way to get high marks. Thank you for concentration. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your studying. Goodbye, everybody.